Hello, and welcome to the 83rd episode of the Friday Nightmares podcast. I am one half of your hosting team, coming to you today from Waterdown, Rob Humphreys. Waterdown, Ontario, Canada. Did I say my name? Did I say Heather Powell?
You have
I
not.
don't know. And my name's Heather Powell. And with me is...
Oh, good Lord, that intro is so exhaustingly long, Heather. I'll make mine short and simple, like I always do. Hello, everyone. Mr. Smoke Show Crawford coming to you from the town of Sports Creek in the county of Genesee, in the state of Michigan, in the United States of America, in the North American continent, in the Western Hemisphere, on the planet Earth, in the Milky Way galaxy. I'm fully vaxxed, boosted, and waxed, and so ready to climax. And if you can, please get me wet and feed me after midnight. I'm the man with the glorious beard, a.k.a. Mother of Cats, a.k.a. the man with the humongous ego, a.k.a. Scott Housen, a.k.a. Scotty Too Hottie, a.k.a. Spanky, a.k.a. 1/5 of the awesome faction that is Bullet Club Old. The Bang Bang Gang is here. You ain't got none to say about that shit. What's up?
And Daddy.
And Daddy?
Aren't you kind of a daddy?
No.
You're kind of like becoming like an adopted daddy.
Well,
like
saying it
like fair human daddy.
I would prefer maybe father figure, because saying daddy sounds weird.
Oh, why is that another term that someone else uses for you?
Yeah,
Rob Humphreys, I'm looking at you.
That's right. That's right.
You know, Rob, Scott plans on leaving you. He's told me that he's only pretending to be your friend so that he can drag this out. So a massive heel turn is going to happen when he joins the NWO, which is our make-believe wrestling fractions, by the way. In case for some reason you are not a nerd and you don't follow the wrestling podcasts that are out there. Is it
Wow,
wrestling?
wow, you're a member of the NWO, which is Tim Hollywood Davis's faction, and you can't even remember his podcast. What a good friend.
It's wrestling for dummies, right? I just don't want to get the lawsuit stuff, the copyright.
I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't telling you.
Okay, well, that's not really nice considering how sick I've been this week. Wrestling for dummies. Wow, Scott. That's really mean after how nice I've been. You know, I wasn't gonna do this, but you've left me no choice. So I messaged Erica about your introduction just now. We're in a chat group, Scott and Erica and I. And Scott decided that To Be Tuesday was more important than Friday Nightmares. So we're recording earlier today so he can do that tonight. And I said, I'm sorry if Scott's late. It's because of his 18-hour intro. And even your own woman says, I know, Heather, it's long-winded, coma-inducing, beating his chest, I am Tarzan mentality introduction's fault to be sure. Oh. Even your wifey is like, shut the fuck up. Well, she basically is your wifey, is she not?
She's my girlfriend.
Don't be playing back down on your commitment now. We have a big announcement to make at the end of this podcast as to why we can't record. Good news, everyone. Scott's pregnant.
Yay, it's twins. It's a boy.
It's a boy. We're gonna remake Dream Child. So Wrestling for Dummies, for anyone, and the Wrestling for Dummies podcast and the whole 2 episodes we did, because unfortunately Tim couldn't do the last one, and I have to try to get the 4 of us together because I'm the only one that does anything when it comes to these podcasts running and organizing them. You have to admit to that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wasn't for me, we would record Friday Nightmares.
Me being the smoke show just makes the podcast happen.
See, this is why we're going to make it to only episode 100, everybody. I can't take it anymore. Like, thank God Eric has come in to, like, bring some kind of logic and bring him down. Because honestly, I never, as I said earlier, I never questioned if I could, but I should have questioned if I should when I built up Scott's ego from the guy that, had to drink 3 drinks before we could even record to the monster that we have today. So, you know what? I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. We're not going to be recording the month of July because Scott is having a living change and people are moving in with him. And we don't know where his recording stuff's going to be. He doesn't know when he's going to be able to record again. So we just decided to take the entire month of July off. And we'll be back again in August. So if you don't hear from us, despite of the turd that Scott's being, we didn't break up.
Well, just to make it more clarified here, Erica and her kids.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to say that because I called her your. Did you hear that, Erica? If I said that, if I would be honored if someone said you were my wifey, just so we're saying, Erica. I'd be honored.
She's
honored.
She's future wifey for sure.
No, not at this point. I think I'm having a better fucking shot than you do. So.
Who's the one that gets to edit the show? I can make it sound like I won't.
Oh, yeah, you cut it all out.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, baby, you're the best. I'm like, I've always forgotten.
But yeah, Erica and her boys are moving in with me. So yes, there is going to be a little break that we take, not because I'm not sure when I'll be able to record. It is to
yeah, because you know where your shit's going to be.
Well, I know where my shit's going to be. It's just got to get it all set.
Okay.
It's the process of the move and getting everything set back up. Because right now I am in what I call my fish room because there's a lot of cartoon fishes painted on the walls, which is my computer room. I will be moving to the basement where I belong, as a dungeon dweller. But I'll be moving the recording setup down in the basement, and I just have a lot of stuff I still need to do around the house to get prepared. And they will be moving in, and I'll probably be taking a week off of work to kind of do repainting, some remodeling around the house as well, just to get everything settled in. But yeah, it's not because I don't know where I'm going to be recording or when I'm going to have time. It's just getting everything set back up.
Oh, no, it's because his girlfriend said he's not allowed to record anymore.
Oh, hell no. She'd be like, I think she would be yelling at me, when's the next episode coming out?
Yeah, she needs a fucking break. That's why. It's a lot of work dealing with 3 children. Congratulations, Erica, on adopting your 3rd child. You're doing a lot for the state of Michigan. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
And I still wear diapers, too.
Oh, my God.
I like to make the boom booms.
Oh, my gosh. She's like, that's my man. It's basically, though, you don't know where you're going to set up your equipment and when you're going to get it set up. That's not incorrect. It's not like
I know where
you're going to be busy the next 4. Well, maybe that changes. I don't know. Maybe the kids come in and they do an Uno reverse card on you, and everything you thought was never going to be the same.
Nope, I know exactly where I'm setting up. I already showed
in the garage outside.
Yeah. Nope, I already actually in the place where we recorded the very first episode.
Oh, you're gonna go back to the beginnings. It's gonna be an origin story.
Yeah, and I'm gonna record by myself in person at the table.
Maybe when we do episode, no, I was gonna say when we do episode 100, we should do it in person. But we don't want to waste our time podcasting when we get together in person.
Exactly.
We learned that after episode 2. Well, we had a pandemic for a year and a half in between, and then I don't think we've ever even thought about podcasting when we got together in person ever.
Yeah, I think when we first when the pandemic first happened, we're like, oh yeah, when we get back together, we'll definitely start recording in person again. We're going, oh hell no, it just takes too much time away from us just hanging out and just having a good time chatting because we don't see each other enough.
No, and we're gonna see each other even less now. Rob told me now that you have a girlfriend and we're gonna see you again. He told me that. That's Rob Humphreys.
Erica's not going to be doing that.
From Shasher Radio. Well, it's just because Rob's upset that he thinks you won't be spending any time with him anymore.
Rob, buddy, Pookie, my dear cuddle bear, we'll always have our time.
You know what's funny? So the camera is only showing me your nose and down. So when you're talking, all I see is your face shoving pickles into your mouth. And I think it's pickles. Are you eating pickles?
Kiwi.
Oh, okay. All I see is your face. It's so your beard and your mouth. You got a pretty mouth there, Scott.
I was like, because from my angle, it actually shows me from the top of my head down to my chest.
Now I can see your glasses.
That's
it's okay.
weird.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I know what you look like. It's not like I've forgotten. Oh, look, there you are. There you are. There's my special little guy.
I made the boom booms.
Honestly, 2023 made the boom booms with horror movies this year.
No shit.
Man, even the gaslighting is wearing off me. I'm having a hard time, Scott, staying motivated. Really hard time.
Yeah. Like, I actually watched I counted from the last time I recorded, which I don't even remember when that was, beginning of June, I think. And
I think, yeah.
I watched 11 movies since then, and that's a lot compared to what it was last time, but the funny thing is, I think I'm only going to be talking about 6, maybe 7 of them, because they weren't that worthwhile.
Yeah, I cut a couple out too. I did watch all of Black Mirror. This season's drop. I guess it's the first time it's been dropped in about 4 years. I really enjoyed it, by the way. So I don't know if people are looking for something good to watch and you got Netflix, I recommend Black Mirror. They're not really films. I don't count them as films. I count them as like basically a TV anthology series, but I loved it. I thought they were all entertaining. Yes, there's some that are probably better than others in terms of quality and writing and stuff, but all good, all entertaining, all worth the while. And at this point, well, we just need something. So Black Mirror.
True.
Recommend Black Mirror. Watch the good little horror documentary, Something Walks in the Woods. Did you see that one?
No, that's the one I was telling you about that was on Tubi. I was like, I wanted to watch it, I just haven't yet.
Yeah, it's a cute little documentary as well. But yeah, honestly, man, I hope things get better. Maybe this is just a slow time, we do have some heavy hitters coming out this year.
I was saying it usually is. Usually the first half will have some good movies, but it'll be a majority of a lot of just mediocre stuff. And usually the later half ends up picking up theater-wise and independent-wise. But I will just say this year has been a slog compared to the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's normally we complained about, not a lot coming now or whatever. But this year it's just like what's come out just, it's not that great. And
it's like Scott and I in relationships. It's okay if you have no other choice. Like pickings are slim in Michigan and pickings are slim in waterlog and Waterdown, Ontario. So, our partners, our people don't have much. But if you could do better, you would do something like more of a Dave Bailey,
What?
Like high quality Dave Bailey.
Oh, Dave Bailey. I thought you said Dave Bailey. I think it's a Tay Billy. I'm like, who's Tay Billy?
Oh, Dave Bailey, or like a Phil Ray, Jason Gray.
See,
any of our listeners, actually.
Yeah, because we already know that I am. I scored big time with Erica. Like I nabbed a good one there.
Well, I think it's more of a community service program that she's engaged in right now.
I'll say kind of like
way of giving back.
Kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, only like make a nerd's dream come true. You finally get to lose your virginity. Someone's telling you to wear deodorant. Still makes I remember when we first met and you talked to me about the magic tournaments used to be, and you'd be like, yeah, people smelled like a lot of BO. And I thought to myself, it must have been pretty bad. Like, you probably walked in there sometimes and almost passed out.
Thankfully, it was big enough to where, no, I just smelled it and goes, I'm glad I'm not playing that person.
Nice. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't say that about some of the films we watched, and we'll get into those, because unfortunately, we did watch them. But we have a mix. We have a mix of the Tubi and the VOD. No theater watches this time around, I don't believe. The only one here that I thought maybe did go to theaters, I don't think it did. I think it went directly to VOD, or maybe it went to select theaters.
There's one there. There is that one did have a.
Did it? Okay.
Small theatrical run.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get into it. I'll start with the first one. I'll start us off with a bang. So this movie that I watched, this gem as well, is called Dark Nature. It's an 85-minute runtime. While recovering from an abusive relationship, Joy joins her friend's therapy group on an isolated mountainous retreat led by doctors with experimental methods, and the group is soon forced to confront a monstrous entity. So I watched this movie a long time ago. I don't remember the middle, but I do remember the beginning and the end. That tells you, I guess, all you really need to know about this movie. If this was other years and this was a pandemic and people were bored and they were looking for things to do, I'd be like, watch this movie because, well, you got nothing else to do.
Right.
It's a survival film with, obviously the theme of leaving an abusive relationship and gaslighting, and which is our word here on Friday Nightmares, gaslighting. I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about. I don't think you should be running out to watch this. Matt would definitely do not watch this. Matt, you haven't watched it yet, have you? Oh,
No.
Matt, I saved your life right now. You owe me a drink. September, Matt, you owe me one. So yeah, it has a 2.9 rating on Letterboxd. I don't know. Like, if you really like survival horror with like a message, then I would say watch this one. I know. Scott's face like another message. You can tell. We're getting tired of this podcast and shit when it comes to these shitty 2023 movies. You can rent it though on Google Play, Vudu, Spectrum on Demand, or DirecTV. Honestly, I don't think it's rentable unless you really, really like survival with that special message attached to it. Then go for it. If not, then you can skip over this bad boy.
Good to know.
Now you watched this one, right?
Yeah, actually, I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I'll bring the intro in for this one.
Oh, Brian Stitcher from The Horror Returns watched this. Bite Fist.
A lot of people I know have watched this. But yeah, the next one is The Black Demon. Nature Bites Back. Almond Paul Sturge's idyllic family vacation turns into a nightmare when they encounter a ferocious megalodon shark that will stop at nothing to protect its territory. Stranded and under constant attack, Paul and his family must somehow find a way to get his family back to shore alive before it strikes again in this epic battle between humans and nature. This was not bad. I thought it was for a indie shark film. I was thinking, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is gonna be really ridiculous and dumb and blah blah blah. And no, it actually had like a very serious story. Was talking about like the effects of mankind on nature with the whole oiling platform and the leak of the oil into the ocean. And had a unique twist that I like. I won't say what it is to the shark. But I thought all the acting was pretty good. I do agree with Tim Davis from Dummies of Horror, Dummies of Horror, because I wish there was a little more shark action. But
a little less talky.
Yeah, a little less talky.
More sharky.
More chompy.
More chompy. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was fine for a shark movie. Shark movies can be really shitty. So, So on shark shitty, this is to me a middle of the road fun little shark film. There's like a deeper message to this movie as well, which I don't know, you'd have to be under a fucking rock to not believe. Right. There was some scenes in here by the main woman, Fernanda, that I really dug the way she took charge sometimes. I'll be honest, there were some scenes where I was like, fuck yeah, bitch, you fucked that shit up. It's an average film. It's a predictable movie. You kind of know what's going to happen. Nothing is overly shock, but I would agree with your assessment. If you like shark films, then there's no reason not to watch this one. It's not the worst one that's out there, and it's not the best one that's out there. It's somewhere in between. You're looking at a 100-minute runtime, which is reasonable for a film like this. It is available to rent on Vudu, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube, and Amazon Video, which I don't know why I repeated Amazon. Oh, Amazon Video in the United States, Amazon in Canada. Yeah, so I don't know. I would say rent it if you like shark movies. Pay whatever you want. If you like shark films, you have a good time. But I don't think it's a must-watch for 2023.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just right in the middle, and it was fine. But
it was average.
Yeah, exactly. Very average shark film, which is better than 90% of the shark films we get. And this one, did you see it?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't get through it. I was like, this is horrible. I can't fucking watch this.
Okay, so the next one on the list is De-Influencer, a trend or die trying. With a 91-minute runtime, the synopsis is an influential cheerleader finds herself held captive by a masked psychopath with a god complex. She must complete a series of sadistic social media challenges to save her life and the lives of her fellow captives. However, the masked kidnapper has a secret agenda for his most recent victim. And yeah, I thought this one was all right. It was not bad. The acting was just very so-so. But I actually kind of like liked the message that was portrayed, especially by the end. You find out like more of the reasoning behind this psychopath of why he's doing these things. And like the characters, yeah, I really could care less because, most of the time when you're dealing with influencer characters, they are usually unlikable. And this is basically the same thing with this person. She is not a really likable person just because of, the hoity-toity, rich, snooty attitude and the whole look at me, famous person.
So basically, like your intro.
I don't know what you're talking about. My intro is perfectly fine, short, sweet, simple, and to the point. I am not long-winded in my intro at all, and I don't have like a God complex. I mean, I'm God, but I don't have a God complex. But
I actually okay, never mind. I was gonna tell a sex story. I had someone refer to themselves because I said, "Oh my God," during sex, and they said, "Oh, so you think I'm God?" And I was like, "Oh." I'm not kidding.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Like I was kind of like, yeah. Like what do you say, situation?
Yeah, it's like, thumbs up, proud of you.
Thumbs up. I'm like on top of them, and I'm like, you guys can't see it right now. I just gave Scott the big old thumbs up. Oh my God, I should have done that. So am I God? So I'm God now.
Or just, thumb up.
Big thumbs up and smile.
Or pat on the head. Good job, little guy.
I like the thumbs up. That's so funny, Scott. I'm crying because I'm laughing so much from your expression of it. Oh my God, that's really, really funny. I should have done that. Anyway, sorry. Influencers and this dude. God.
But yeah, it's nothing out of the nothing groundbreaking. Once again, it was an average, decent movie. I didn't mind my time with it. I'd say it's worth like $1.99, $2.99 rental, especially if you're into watching influencers suffer, like I am. And what was it? The twist. There is like a twist that I actually.
Oh, there's a twist.
Yeah, with a twist. But it's a twist that I actually didn't see coming.
Oh, sorry. I'm still laughing at the thumbs up. I feel like moving forward, that's what we should do all the time after we see a movie. We should ask the other one, how was it? And if we'll do the 2 thumbs up, smile as a sign that something's not great. Scott, that was so funny. Oh, man.
I broke Heather.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So you don't recommend this? Sorry,
no.
Okay.
No, I recommend it.
Okay. To Rob Humphreys, do you recommend it?
Rob Humphreys.
Wait, is there young girls in it?
Yeah, there is. I was gonna say.
Perfect.
I'm not sure if he'll take this as a yes or a no, so I'll just say yes, Rob Humphreys. I do recommend it. Because usually if it's a movie I don't recommend, that's what he watches. So we'll see what he does in this one.
Yeah, you never know. He's a wild card, that man. He's another one I'm gonna give those thumbs up to at some point.
Oh, shit.
So this movie I watched on Netflix because it was an international film, and usually they're pretty good. That was not the case. That was not the case. Oh, I shrunk my little window here. Uh-oh. Now I have to try to make it bigger. How did I do this? There we go. Okay, there we go. So this one is called House of Money in English. I don't know. I think, I don't even know what the native tongue is, but it's Iolao. In whatever native tongue it is. So it's a 95-minute runtime. Basolo has forever been unlucky with love, pressured by her society and her family to tie the knot as a mean to lift her out of poverty. She finally meets Tunje, the perfect man. At first, she struggles to understand. I know, this movie's basically about you. Why a billionaire, well, that's where it differs, would choose to marry her, but as she accepts his proposal of marriage, a series of increasingly disturbing discoveries lead her to a truth she could never imagine. This was just really, really poorly well done. It's a very low-budget film. I'm surprised Netflix picked it up. It must be a slow year for them, too. It's a procession film, but it's so, it's painful. Do not watch this movie for free on Netflix. It's not good. It's not. It's not. I regret my choices in life, and one of them is watching that movie. So On to the next, Scotty.
All right. So I told Heather when I was making this list, I am going to do a double whams here, and I'm covering two cocaine themed movies here. Both freaking wonderful
Hey,
gems, I
this is
tell
what I
you.
have to get to you on this. Double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up for the double whams.
All
But
right.
all right. So the first one I'm going to talk about, I just watched this morning, and that is Cocaine Cougar. A black cougar high on cocaine escapes an animal testing facility and wreaks havoc on Los Angeles. Well, for one, black cougar. You mean panther, not cougar, panther. Okay, but
Well,
yeah.
I guess
So
I couldn't really say Cocaine Panther.
I know that'd be like Pink Panther,
It doesn't sound as fun as Cocaine Cougar.
right? But this when I started watching it, I knew I was going into something bad. Where Heather has been gaslit by 2023, I am more just realizing and accepting the fact that me and 2023 just have a dead relationship, and I just keep going through the day, just not expecting high hopes for 2023 anymore. So I just watch the crap that it gives me, and I just go, "It's okay, buddy. I know you're not really trying anymore."
You're like, sure, sir, I'll have another.
Yeah, why not? But I knew this was gonna be bad, and then I knew this was gonna be even worse when I seen directed by Dustin Ferguson. Oh, I'm not a fan of any of his films. Like literally, this was made. It was a. It
I'm looking it
says
up right now.
it says 65-minute runtime. Tubi had, I believe, it was a 48-minute runtime. Here's how bad it was: 48-minute runtime. Literally, 5-minute credits in the beginning and 12-minute credits at the, or 5-minute credits at the beginning, 9-minute credits at the end. So 14 of the 48 minutes was credits. Another 10 to 12, well, let me say 10 to 15 minutes was just the director with the camera panning across the countryside in Los Angeles over public access music with no story and the occasional snarl and growl from a black panther or cougar. The story literally was just random people that you did not follow for more than just a few minutes. Just see them randomly doing something, going about their day, and then get killed by a very awful CGI cougar. And it's so awful that like it barely walks. It just kind of
I'm watching it
slides.
right now. It reminds me of like animatronics or cartoons that my friend's son, who's 13, comes up with. Only he can do better.
Yeah. Like I never say this about a movie, like, but this is getting 0 out of 5 stars for me. There is nothing. This was laziness. This was
Oh
just
my god, they released this shit on Blu-ray and DVD. Why?
yeah.
So all their
There's
friends could buy it?
pretty much. But yeah, this was maybe 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes tops of a movie with very little dialogue that had no story. This is getting the straight up 0 out of 5 stars for me. I don't give zeros out unless, because I usually go, well, you made a movie. You didn't make a movie at this. You just went for a cash grab and made something really fast on your camera after Cocaine Bear became successful.
Is anyone actually gonna pay to see that, though, that's not a friend of them?
Probably not. We'll see. I'm not. But some people are fans of his films. But this is just, no, this was awful. Awful, awful. And one other thing that I normally don't say, but I could make a better movie with my friends.
Well, maybe you and Erica get a chance to try that out now, huh?
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Coming
But,
soon to Pornhub.
This is on Tubi, but I do not recommend at all. It is a waste of time. But speaking of double whams, we're going to go into the next cocaine-fueled film, and that is also one that can be found on Tubi, and that is Cocaine Shark.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer as you talk. Continue.
All right, a 76-minute runtime. Mafia drug lord has unleashed a new, highly addictive stimulant on the streets called HT25.
Well, this one at least looks like it has a budget. Something.
Yeah, it's a low budget, but
never mind.
Derived from sharks held captive in a secret lab, and which causes monstrous side effects. After an explosion and leak at the lab, an army of mutated, bloodthirsty sharks and other creatures are set loose on the world. I originally watched this trailer because I was curious, and I'm going, oh, hell no, I am not watching this. Then for Tubi Tuesday, we kind of did a double feature night of bad movies, and Eric is like, let's watch Cocaine Shark. I'm like, you're going to regret it. I watched the trailer, and this is not going to be good. Well, after watching Cocaine Cougar, Cocaine Shark's a masterpiece, because Cocaine Shark actually had a story, actually was a fully fleshed out movie. The effects are really non-existent and really crappy with some bad CGI, some bad like claymation, something or other. Sharks don't do cocaine. In fact, the sharks aren't even really sharks. They're just mutated like crab monsters. The acting is corny, but I think they knew what they were doing with this movie and just kind of being cheesy with it. And but it was not entertaining. But it was a fully made independent film, so it gets way more credit than Cocaine Cougar. What I think happened with this was a movie that was made that didn't have a title. Cocaine Bear came out and they said, "Hey, let's make this Cocaine Shark," just to kind of jump on the success of Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is these two trailers, gems.
Yeah.
Gems.
See, like I said, I'm kind of in an abusive relationship with 2023 right now.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. So I guess if anyone really decides that they feel the need to watch this, they should go to Tubi.
Yep, they're both on Tubi for free. I would not pay for them. And only if you are wanting to see the absolute train wrecks of what Cocaine Bear has caused. And hopefully my dog barking isn't driving anybody.
Oh man, no, it's okay. He's voting how much he hated these fucking films. He's like, and I had to watch them.
Like, I was here with Dad. It was terrible.
These fucking suck. Well, at least you brought like an actual good Tubi film. Like, let's acknowledge that.
Oh, the next one? Yes.
Yes. She Came from the Woods.
Yeah, she did.
No, this Came in the Woods. It's a different one.
Oh. My bad.
Now, I have that it's 12 minutes here, which I know it's not 12 minutes long.
What?
It was filmed in 2018. I think they did a short, and then they did a...
I think you're on the wrong one.
Oh, is there a different one?
Yeah, because this one's 101 minutes I'm looking at.
Awesome. Why don't you read the synopsis then, since you have the right one up.
All right, so this is called She Came from the Woods. 101-minute runtime. The tagline, cruelest summer ever. In 1987, a group of counselors accidentally unleashes a decades-old evil on the last night of summer camp. Very simple synopsis. It is a nice nod to 80s camp slashers, and I think they do it justice. This is a Tubi original that actually plays on the tropes of 80s slashers, but added like a supernatural thing to it. Some fun characters, some douchebag characters, some funny lines, like some decent gore. Like, it was all around. I found this to be a very entertaining Tubi original. This actually just a very entertaining movie, let alone being a Tubi original.
I thought this movie was great, and guaranteed we're gonna have the negative Nellies out there who shit on Friday Nightmares and want to think that we don't have good taste and that we're broken. That may be true, but we enjoyed this film, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was fun. For a free watch on Tubi, it was, and summer camp horror, summertime, it was fun. It was a fun little thing. I don't think it's going to grace anybody's top 10, so if you're watching movies, just build your top 10. I don't know, probably don't watch this, but I liked it a lot. I had a good time. And it had definitely someone that I was happy to see when they got killed.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, and like, fucking die.
And even like some of the what do you call it? Subliminal, not even subliminal, but underlying themes to that character too, which I was like, okay, movie, you're kind of going deep with this.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really, really good film. 100%. I think it's watchable. I don't know if Tim and Rob and.
I think Tim would have fun with it. I think
you think
Rob.
So? Okay.
I think Rob. I want Rob to watch this. I would be curious to hear his thoughts.
He doesn't like anything though.
He loves me, so that's all that matters.
So you think?
He's my boo.
He's my boo. What about Daniel from
Loof Loof? Loof Loof.
I think Luffy would like it.
Yeah, I think Luffy would have fun with this.
Yeah. I think he likes summer camp.
Yeah, and I wanted to also say this is the same director who did 10 Minutes to Midnight with what is her name? Carolyn Williams from last year or 2021.
Yeah, I think it's 2021.
But yeah, so it's his movie, but it looks like he had more of a budget with this one.
Nicely. Make the movies nicely.
Yeah.
All right. Brooklyn 45, one of the most recent drops on Shudder. This one is a 92-minute runtime. The ghost of your past would like to have a word with you. On a freezing evening in December 1945, 5 military veterans gathered together in an ornated parlor of a Brooklyn brownstone. Best friends since childhood, they have reunited to support their troubled host, but when his invitation for cocktails turns into an impromptu seance, the ghosts become all too real. So, a lot of people have watched this film. Tim Davis, Matt Wood, Rob Humphreys, Sandra Kane, everybody. So, everyone's sitting around this range. Matt Wood is the lowest
Shocker.
at 2.5 stars. Matt. Tim is sitting at 3.5. Rob is at 3. You and Tim are tied at 3.5, and Mr. Sandra Kane's at 4. I'd probably sit between 3.5 and 4. I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. I thought it had some really good character development in it. I found the characters all interesting. The acting was very solid. I was shocked about what happened. I'll be honest. This movie surprised me, the outcome. I think for a free watch, well, you pay for Shudder, but as part of your Shudder subscription, I think it's totally worth it. This may be in some people's top 10s. I guess it depends on how much you enjoy it. It's probably my top 20. That's how much I enjoyed it because of the dialogue and the characters in it. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I thought it was good. I did enjoy the characters. Like you, I was also shocked by what happens. And we can never do wrong with Larry Fessenden. He's always an amazing actor. And the guy, the general in this, I think his name was. I know him from something, and it's been driving me nuts because I can't figure out what movie he is from. And I know him. I freaking know him. And I don't know why.
Let's see. He's been in Fight Club, Halloween, the Rob Zombie one, Mirrors, Nightmare Cinema.
Maybe it was Nightmare Cinema.
The Hills Have Eyes?
He was in The Hills Have Eyes, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not the movies that was ringing a bell to me. But anyways, the one thing I will say though is this coming from the director of We Are Still Here, I expected something a little more bombastic, crazy with the violence, and like I didn't really get that with this. This was much more of a slow
conversational. Yeah,
it was more like a whodunit conversation. Like I say, I still liked it, but I was just a bit let down because I went in going, "Oh shit, it's the guy that did We Are Still Here. Oh, this is gonna be fucking insane," and I was just like, no, but it wasn't bad. Like I say, it deserves a 7 at least because it was entertaining and I liked it. But
it was a modern day safe way to discuss racism.
Yes.
Because if we put it in 1945, we can talk about how all the parallels compared to today without saying that it all compared to today, right?
Exactly.
So this is available on all the Shutters, whether you have it with AMC or, through Prime. I definitely think it's worth the watch. So does Scott. I think everyone else's ratings, with the exception of Matt, though I don't know, maybe 2.5 stars for Matt means it's tolerable. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for Matt's kind of like me. A 2.5 is you watched it, you weren't offended by it, but you also didn't love it. It's just right in the middle.
Right. So check it out. It's on the Shuddy, and it's entertaining at least. The next one is Jagged Mind. This is the most recent Hulu release. It's an 88-minute runtime. Believe anything but your own memory. When Billy finds herself reliving different versions of the same first date, she must break out of a series of loops created by somebody, I'm going to say. This is a very interesting film. It talks about gaslighting. And it makes shock that it's talking about gaslighting. I think that it is well done. Matt gave this 3 stars. I probably would sit between 2.5 stars to 3. I think this reminded me of the Into the Dark movies
Oh, okay.
that came out a couple of years ago. I found it on the same level of enjoyable I found the Into the Dark films.
Okay, gotcha.
Which I enjoyed them. I think this is a fun, easy movie to watch. I think that if you have Hulu, there's no reason why not to. I don't know if this would hit someone's top 10, but I think they would be interested on how the outcome of this movie goes. So yeah, if you got Hulu, check this out. It is called Jagged Minds, and you're only looking at an 88-minute runtime, so it's not overstaying its welcome at all.
All right, good to know. This is one I do need to watch just because, for one, we do have our Hulu category, so I need to watch anything that drops there because they don't drop a lot of horror. So yeah, gotta watch pretty much everything of theirs.
They don't always drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. But I will jump on to the next one. And when I talked about earlier the double feature I did with Erica for Cocaine Shark on To Be Tuesday, the first movie we picked, the trailer kind of had us fooled into believing this was kind of like a Wrong Turn meets Children of the Corn type movie. And so we were like, ooh, okay, this looks interesting. And it is Those Who Call. A 90-minute runtime, every trespasser will be punished. When their car breaks down at a small Texan town, two sisters must do everything in their power to survive a sadistic pagan cult. Two sisters must do everything in their power to survive a sadistic pagan cult. More like two sisters must continuously and annoyingly argue and yell at the top of their lungs while they're lost in the woods and making every dumb decision possible. You want to watch a 90-minute movie where 70 minutes of it are just these two dumb idiots arguing back and forth and like hating each other, then being friends with each other, and then hating each other and screaming, where are you? Where are we at? Why are we lost? And it just, every little thing about this movie annoyed the fucking piss out of me. These characters are so, hate them. I did not like these characters whatsoever. I wanted them to die, and it was the most boring movie ever and very grating on the ears. There's my review.
So don't watch it?
No, Eric and I were very just annoyed at this movie. Not worth it. Then our good buddy Matt Wood gave it 1.5 stars. Tim Walker gave it 1.5 stars. Donna Nelly, who tends to like a lot of things, gave it 2.5 stars. I gave it 2.
So that's a not recommend.
Yeah, this was a bad movie. Bad
movie. Bad. Well, I guess I'll move on to my next one. So I watched Pollen. This was an 86-minute runtime. The seeds of fear are everywhere. After a senior coworker assaults a bright-eyed young woman, her dream job becomes a living nightmare as she tries to keep her career together while being tormented at work, at home, and in her dreams by a mysterious tree monster. This is very much a movie about symbolism. If you enjoyed symbolic movies that have come out over years, like Swallowed, the pregnant woman that swallows inanimate, like random objects. The one that came out last year with, it was on Resurrected. Yeah, Resurrected. Yeah. Resurrection. Like, if you enjoy those kind of films, then I think you'll like this film.
Okay.
Because it's very much paced the same. It's built on character development. You have a protagonist that you want to root for, but you can tell that she is insecure and trying to make and navigate really tough decisions. The acting is quite good for a low-budget film, and the content definitely deals with relevant current issues and uses monsters as a way to kind of tie it in. It Comes at Night would probably be very... Yeah, I think is that what it was last year? It Comes at Night or Take Back the Night?
Take Back the Night.
Take Back the Night would be another comparable to this one. So I think if those are the kind of films you like, then I would say this is worth your time. Matt Wood gave it 3.5 stars. Tim Davis gave it 2.5. So I think that's pretty fair for where you stand. I'm probably sitting at a 3.5 to 4 because I enjoyed the messaging behind it. I enjoyed the layup, the build up to it. And I like movies like this, but I can appreciate that it's not for everybody. But if the movies I've suggested are something that you would like, I recommend watching it. It's available on Apple TV, Google, Vudu, Microsoft Store, and YouTube for rent. And any rental price makes sense. yet again, if this sounds like something you would enjoy.
Okay, because yeah, this is one I've been curious about. The cover definitely had caught my eye, so it was one that I
Yeah,
was possibly going to watch. But the next one, I know this is one that you and I both watched, and
we did. Yeah.
this is the one that we were talking about earlier about if it had a theatrical release. It had a very limited theatrical release, I believe, but that is the sequel to Becky, The Wrath of Becky. Running at an 83-minute runtime, hell hath no fury like a 16-year-old scorned. 2 years after she escaped a violent attack on her family, 16-year-old Becky attempts to rebuild her life in the care of an older woman, a kindred spirit named Elena. However, when a violent group known as the Noblemen break into their home, attack them, and take their beloved dog, Becky must return to her old ways to protect herself and her loved ones. This one, how do I say this? I had fun with this movie, but if you go into Becky, and then you go into Wrath of Becky expecting the same thing as Becky, you'll be a bit disappointed.
That's a good way to say it.
This definitely goes the Fast and Furious sequel route, where it gets a little more ridiculous and stupid as it goes on, and they have definitely tied it up to look like there will be more sequels to this that are going to be even more dumb and ridiculous. But
Yeah.
that being said, this was still a lot of fun. Becky was just as sadistic as always. Sean William Scott, I thought, did a great job as a villain.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, and the Noblemen are basically the Proud Boys, and they kind of are like talking about the Capitol riot that happened in a way. But the one thing I will say is they definitely ramped up the action, but kind of put the over the top kills on the back burner. I'd say there was only one really memorable kill, and that was kind of in the beginning.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I don't know. I like Lulu Wilson. I think she's quite enjoyable in this film. I agree. I think Sean William Scott is great, and I think Jill Larson is actually quite good.
Who is she? The old woman?
The older lady. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the role she plays, and I think even the side characters, Michael Sorrow, Aaron Dallas Villa, and Matt Angel were good. Like, I actually liked them as well. I think this is one where I'll say it's a good thing they chose good actors.
Yeah.
Because where I felt the first movie carried itself on its plot and its kills, and it's like, holy fuck, I can't believe this little girl's taking revenge like this. I felt this one was a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
I felt it was rushed.
It felt like it.
Right? It felt rushed. It is only an 83-minute runtime. I'm not saying it had to be an hour and a half, but I don't know.
Yeah, like where the first movie kind of jumps into like the action right from the start, and Becky is like getting her revenge pretty much like 20 minutes into the movie. Things are really kind of ramping up. This one, it doesn't seem like it starts ramping up till like the third act.
It's like they went somewhere and they're like, oh shit, we gotta wrap up filming. Like, if that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, for some reason they had to move on. And to me, it got a little just over the top silly at the end.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the very end especially, I'm just like, yep, this is where we're going, the Fast and the Furious sequence.
Yeah, like, to me that was disappointing, but I enjoyed it otherwise.
Yeah, I say it needs a fun watch. I definitely recommend. If you were a fan of the first one, just go in expecting this one to be a little more over the top and silly, but it's still fun. And the actors definitely are the reason this film was fun. And,
sorry, I was dying there, coughing away.
No, that's all right. And I was gonna say I'll let everybody know where it's available.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep, it's available to rent on Amazon, Apple TV, Vudu, Google Play Movies, and then yeah, that is it. And the next one is me, so I will bring that.
Oh.
Yep. All right, so this one was a good old uncorked film. I think this may be my first uncorked film of the year. But that is The Devil Comes at Night with an 80-minute runtime. He will consume your soul. A washed-up boxer searching for his inheritance must fight for his life when he is trapped in his deceased father's farmhouse by a local cannibal cult. So, shocker, surprise, this is a cult movie. But I went into this going, oh boy, Uncorked, what do we got here? I actually came out of this thinking it wasn't too bad. It was definitely like just above average, but the acting I found to be hokey but not bad. Wish there would have been some on-screen kills, but most of the stuff was done off-screen, which I'm probably guessing is due to budget. But the storyline, well, it just kind of jumped. You almost dropped you in the middle of the storyline because you're just going, oh shit, what's going on? Okay, what's going on? So like after that, like it kind of kept me intrigued on wanting to know what the hell is going on and why this guy is getting surrounded by this cult all of a sudden. And I will have to say, didn't expect the bit at the end either.
Interesting. So do you recommend it enough?
Yeah, I'd recommend it if you can find it streaming somewhere, or if like you can find it for like a $2.99 rental. Like
Yeah,
it
which
was just
never
above
happens,
it.
but
Yeah, it was like just an above average movie. It wasn't terrible, but it was. I definitely did not hate my time with it.
Well, it's good to know. Well, I guess the last two are mine, right?
Yep.
So this first one is The Lake. This was actually an international film that I was quite excited to watch. It's from Thailand. And finally, Tubi picked it up, thank God, because now it has subtitles to it. Tim Davis said this best. You really gotta like Godzilla films to enjoy this film. Monster will rise. When a mysterious monster rises from the Mekong River and attacks Burnkong, cuts off people from the outside world, officials and the people in the area, including Chinese scientists who accidentally, I don't think they were Chinese, I think they were Thai as well, but anyway, who accidentally came into conduct research in Thailand. All forces must be mobilized to catch this crazy monster before it's too late. The special effects in this are actually quite decent. There's some really good scenes, though. I kept thinking of, remember the Godzilla movie where Puff Daddy was in the music video? He was like, "Come with me, na na na, na na na, na na na."
We do not speak of that movie.
Oh man, so there are parts that reminded me of that music video. So anyway, I can say that for someone who was very looking forward to it, I was a little disappointed. Was it watchable? Yes. So if you like lake monster movies and you're looking for something free on Tubi, absolutely, it's worth it. Would I recommend renting it? Probably not. Why would you when you can watch it on Tubi for free? It is available on Apple, Google, Tubi, Microsoft Store, and YouTube.
Good to know. This one might be one I suggest Eric and I watch on tonight when we Tuesday.
Yeah, I think you guys could watch it and you would enjoy it enough. Like, it's nothing over the top great, but it's not horrible either.
Right.
All right. Everybody gear up now. We got an IFC fucking A24 love child coming. That's not either one. It's by some place called some company called Neon.
So is it
Neon?
So is it Ennie's Men Part 2?
No, this one had dialogue in it at least. So this is called The Sanctuary. It is a 96-minute runtime. His rules, his game, her rules. Confined to a hotel room, the heir to a hotel empire and a dominatrix who has primed him for success become locked in a bottle of wits and wills as he tries to end his relationship with her. This is a movie that was praised at independent film festivals. I can already hear Rob Humphreys now. It showed at TIFF in 2022. TIFF stands for Toronto International Film Festival. And for people who don't go to that because only so many people can go, Rob, it came out this year in 2023 is when it got major distribution. So you can suck my dick because that's what we're going to go with the year of.
Hey, that's my job.
To suck my dick?
To suck Rob's dick.
But I told Rob to suck my dick. I guess you can still suck his.
Yeah, it'd be like a bang bang gang.
Thumbs up! I guess that makes me God.
Erica, just ignore everything you're hearing right now. Rob is not my lover. Yes, he is.
Man, you broke up with Tim pretty quick. You dropped him like a hot potato.
Oh, that's because that motherfucker just calling me all sorts of evil shit nowadays. He turned traitor and stole you from me, like you were my partner, and then you bashed me in the back of the head with a
But we're still
chair.
doing the podcast together.
That's because I'm allowing it to happen.
Allowing it to happen.
Tim,
Thumbs up. Smile.
Tim, Pookie, I do love you, baby. I just gotta give you shit. But I love Rob as well. But Erica is the one that I truly love. Sorry, guys.
Holy fuck, we get it. Okay, Erica knows that you love her. Shit. Or wait, oh sorry, she's blowing up my phone now. She's like, Heather, you can still get those kids into school, right, for free? You know it, Erica.
Quit stealing my girl.
Hashtag steal Scotty's girl. Hashtag 2023 goals.
Hashtag over this shit. I'm done.
All right, you should go back to. Oh no, you got to listen to how great Sanctuary is. So anyway, if I haven't won you over with this battle of wits, this is very much for people who like clever dialogue and this back and forth and someone acting over the top and I don't know, some other dude being like, oh no, I don't know how to react in this situation and like all these kind of play on words. This is a movie for you. If that's what you like, you're going to enjoy this film. Other years, I think I would have enjoyed this, but I found it so pretentious and so like, oh, look at us with our dialogue. Look how clever we're being right now. Yes. And right, hey, fuck, man. If that's your jam and you like that, good for you. I thought even that it was a ripped off version. Like it tried to explore sexuality, but it did it in such a fucking piss poor way, in my opinion. It was fine, but the average rating for this is 3.5 stars is what people have given it. So obviously people do like it, but go into this knowing that it would be if A24 and IFC Midnight had a love child and it was weird. Okay, think Lamb, only weirder.
Oh boy.
And you either you like it or you won't like it. It's going to be one or the other. So you take a risk if you choose to rent it. It is available on DirecTV and Amazon Video if you are interested. And that concludes the end of our 2023s.
Yes, it does. Do you want me to do my older watch?
Sure, you might as well.
All right, so let me pull that up real quick. So once again on Tubi Tuesday, Erica introduced me to a film that was from the 80s that I have always wanted to see and just never have, and she was kind of shocked that I never watched it. And that is Tobe Hooper's Invaders from Mars, 1986. It's got a 100-minute runtime. Their conquest has already begun. He knows they're here. In this remake of the classic 50s, which I did not know that was a remake, sci-fi tale, a boy tries to stop an invasion of his town by aliens who take over the minds of his parents. His least liked school teacher and other townspeople, with the aid of the school nurse, the boy enlists the help of the U.S. Marines. So yeah, this is basically
fuck yeah,
America, fuck yeah. But no, this was a lot of fun. It's totally 80s, totally cheesy. But it definitely reminds me a lot of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Faculty. And I had so much fun with this. The aliens look freaking ridiculous, but awesome because they're all practical effects. And I don't know how they actually work, but they are hilarious looking and kind of amazing. The main hive mind reminds me of Krang from fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the brain that sits inside the body.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, this had Karen Black starred in this, which for like the newer age generation would know her as Mother Firefly from House of Thousand Corpses. She passed away before Devil's Rejects. But she was also in Trilogy of Terror and a lot of other films. Like Karen Black's really well known in the horror genre. But holy shit, this was just so much fun. I'm glad I finally knocked off another Tobe Hooper movie off my list. I think I've seen all of his films now. So I'm glad I got to watch this one. Definitely feels more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 over Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A lot more on the sillier side.
Good to know. I'll probably skip it. It probably doesn't sound like a Heather movie.
Yeah, you're not really into the sci-fi horror.
No, I'm not. So, but except for this one. So I was digging through the Shutty, just trying to find some stuff, and I added this one to my list a while ago. It's a British film. Await further instructions, and it was made in 2018. Contain, corrupt, control. A dysfunctional family awake on Christmas morning to discover they are sealed in their house by a mysterious black substance. On television, a single line of the text reads, "Stay indoors and await further instructions."
Oh, I heard of this. Yeah.
Oh, Matt gave it 3 stars. Oh, Paul Stevenson. Oh, shouts out to Paul Stevenson from the Who Will Survive podcast on the Legion Network. Great podcast that's been defunct now for several years. Dave Bailey gave it, or Sandra Kane gave it 3.5 stars. Did you watch it?
No, this is one that I heard of. Like, as soon as you were describing that plot synopsis, I'm like, oh, okay, yep, this is the movie I've heard of. I have not seen it.
I had a really good time with this one. I actually found it quite enjoyable. I thought that obviously it's a bigger political message. So,
Right.
I like my political messages. But I thought that it was really cool effects. It moves quickly. You hate people who you're supposed to hate. You like people who you're supposed to like. And there's some very, very good British actors in it. David Bradley's in this, known more recently from the Harry Potter films, but has been in a lot of stuff over the years. Sam Gritz, well-known British actor as well. Some really, really good characters in this. It moves quickly. It's worth a watch on Shudder. If you have Shudder and you're looking for something that's maybe home invasion-y, a little political, a little bit kind of like that torture of getting instructions and you have to follow through, I recommend this one. Okay. I really did enjoy it. Recent found footage, well, not recent, but a found footage I hadn't heard of before called Home Movie was dropped on Shudder from 2008. And I just want to save everybody's time by telling them don't watch it. It's boring. It's horrible. Tim, whatever you do, do not watch it for your found footage segment on your show. I was so disappointed at how lackluster this film was. It has really great reviews. I don't know why. Maybe there's no reason why they're filming throughout this entire thing. Absolutely none. Some of the shit they film makes no sense. It's based on a family whose kids turn evil over a series of years. So they're filming this over a series of years. And they're filming like random play dates that the kids have at their house and random fights they have in the kitchen, and like not where like the movies where it was set up like they're filming for like a haunted house and the camera's there and it catches a fight. Like it's just them filming stupid shit. Skip this one. Don't watch it on Shudder. Not a good found footage. If you're a found footage completist, you can save your time and your energy and skip this bad boy.
Good to know. Yeah, I'll say I'd never even heard of this one.
It just dropped this week. I saw it and I was like, oh, found footage. Like, I dig found footage a lot. I'm always trying to find new found footage. Because honestly, when you like double down on found footage, you watch a lot of them, it's really hard to find new ones.
New good ones on Tubi. There's a lot on Tubi that are good.
Sorry, good ones. And I trusted Shudder, and I thought, well, if Shudder picked this up, it's got to be good.
Oh, Shudder also picked up Skinamarink.
Yeah, you can't always trust the Shudder, can you? So yeah, I do not recommend it. But for our Out of the Dark, we're going to be skipping our What's New because, well, there's not much that's new. What's new is Scott and Mai's life. Scott has multiple relationships going on, as you guys all found out today, as he's trying to cover. No, Erica, baby, you're the one. You're the one. No. These other guys don't mean anything.
These other guys, they're my side pieces.
Yeah, but baby, you're my number one. You're my number one. So
she's my girl.
She's my girl. So we picked a couple of trailers. This was a little hard because we had some other trailers in mind, but they haven't dropped yet. So we weren't able to show them. But we found some gems. We found some gems that other people aren't talking about. Like this first one.
Well, there's 2 on here that horror Dummies of Horror talked about.
But they didn't talk about this one.
No, not the first one.
That's why. I know. They talked about the other ones, and that's fine. We're going to have to just hang on to their coattails, which is fine because they basically have ripped off our show over the years. So,
right, exactly.
But what did you think of this one? The Flood. An hour and 33-minute runtime, and oh, everybody, it's an alligator film.
Fuck yeah, I am down for this. This looked like a lot of fun. It reminded me a lot of, what was it, Crawl?
Yeah, Crawl. Only this has a lesser budget than Crawl. It's a Lionsgate film, which can go either way with Lionsgate's film. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But this shit has like Casper Van Dien, Nick, is it Whelan? Nikki Whelan, and not some sure blonde chick. I don't know who the blonde chick is.
Definitely a lot of unrecognizable characters to me, but it looked ridiculous. It looked fun. basically about these I think it was these prisoners that get dropped off to kill the alligator or something like that. Like, and they're saying
Oh
like something about,
yeah.
if you help us, you can get released from your sentence early or something along those lines. And
Right?
it looks silly, ridiculous, and over the top, but it's an alligator movie, and it looks like it has a decent special effects behind it. So I'm like, I'm all in.
The alligator looks decent. And you know what? It's going to be a quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am kind of film. You got a fucking alligator that's coming in to fuck shit up. It's not super deep. It's coming out July 20, July 14th, 2023. The chicks in this is an Aussie actor, so probably maybe Tim knows who she is. She's pretty, so maybe he knows who she is through that. But yeah, I had a good time watching this one. I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm down to pound. Fuck yeah, I'm down to pound.
Yep, I love me some creature features or animal attack movies, and hell yeah, this looks like a fun one.
And then this was just one of the only other previews I could find. So what did you think of this one? Box Barcelona. We're back again, Netflix, round 2. Here we go. Bird Box Barcelona.
Meh. It looks like Bird Box, which I was very meh about anyways. So, this looks like more of that, which is basically a quiet place, but you're blind. So, yeah, it's fine. It looks like almost like the same movie, just in Spain.
I agree. The only thing I want to see is the dog wears a blindfold. Did you see that in the trailer? The dog wears a blindfold on?
Yes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I want to see that shit. I'll be honest. I might watch this movie just for that scene. It looks like it's a very much a rinse and repeat of the last one, which is fine. The last one did very well. I think Tid said it was one of the most grossing views movies on Netflix. So fuck.
Yeah, especially
that probably had to do with Sandra Bullock's being in it too, though, right?
Well,
so
that and the memes, all the memes
right
from it.
All that shit helps. So I'll probably check it out. But yeah, and then what about this final one here, Cobweb?
Yeah, this one. Okay, so this stars Anthony Starr, who is Homelander from The Boys, and he always plays just like these, just kind of giving you bad vibes type person, and he does that again in this, but it's basically about this kid that thinks, from what I'm gathering from the trailer, that something is wrong with either the house or his parents, and his parents are acting strangely. But yeah, this looks creepy as hell. Like, I am on board for this one. I think this is now my second most hyped film next to Last Voyage of Demeter.
I think it kind of reminds me of I feel like this is going to be one that was popular like Black Phone was last summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a young man in it, and he is in a situation where you're unsure what's happening around him, what's real, what's not, and what's going to happen to him, and what the outcome will be. And I think it should be really cool. It's coming out July 21st, and I think it's coming to theaters.
Yeah, it might be one of those select theater kind of things, because I have not seen any like trailers for it, or it might just get quietly dropped in theaters and then end up not doing well because of that. There's not enough marketing, but who knows? Because yeah, I didn't know about this movie until Tim Davis brought it up on his most recent episode of Dummies of Horror when they were covering trailers, and then you brought it up, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that makes me want to watch it. I forgot about that. But yeah,
so it's actually based off of the Edward Allan. Oh, where was I?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Telltale Heart.
Really? I did not get that vibe from that trailer at all.
Yeah, so it should be interesting then.
I kind of did, but I can't say it here.
Let's see if we can find a copy of the poem. Oh, it's like a short story. Oh yeah. My.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe, yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Well, those look like some fun things to look forward to. A little silly alligator flick, a movie about walking around with blindfolds on the entire time, and also finally a movie about gaslighting, because we haven't had enough of that this year. So, exactly. Woo, gaslighting!
Yay! In 2023, and it's terrible movies that it keeps giving us. We'll hopefully have some better ones on the next episode.
Well, we got a full month here where Scott is not recording, not because He doesn't know where his stuff was go. We just don't want him to feel pressured to set everything up because we don't know what life will look like until August.
Yeah. Well, I can already tell you what life's going to look like. It's going to be
For
busy.
fuck's sakes. Then we're recording in 2 weeks. Fuck this shit and taking time off. That's it. You say you're fine and ready to go. Why are we stopping then?
When did I say we're fine and ready to go? I just said, I know what it's going to look like, but yeah, it's going to be busy.
You may be making your own fucking found footage film at this point. Maybe you guys should. You know, we could film one and it'd be like the boys thinking there's like a ghost in your house and, you know.
It's just me making terrible sex jokes.
Well, I used to joke with Brendan Orlick that his both his brother and him like had to take the same bed with them to college. Like I guess they like his brother used it and then he went to college later. And I was like, all the ghosts of one night stands. I thought I meant something to you. You said you called me. Anyway. Thumbs up. Smile. That's what Erica's gonna do next time she sees you. You're gonna be like, and I can podcast today, right, Erica? Right, Erica? I can podcast today, right, Erica? Right?
That's what you get. That's
I'm
what
a
you
guy
get.
of the consumption. It might not even do it.
That's what you get. Teasing Erica. That's what you get. She's not going to
tease it, Erica. I'm making fun of you. Because she's going to move in and be like, so why are you taking a month off? And you'll be like, oh, Heather said I had to.
Exactly. I'll turn this around on you.
Right? Because you do the editing. You have all the power.
That's right.
All right. I'm going to cough my nose out again and my throat out. Can you take over and, I don't know, maybe do a Legion podcast, like Proud Legion podcast membership?
Oh, wow. All right. Expect me to do all the work here. Okay. So we are obviously proud members of the Legion podcast. And you can also subscribe to the Legion Patreon. I'm doing a terrible job because this is totally something Heather does, and I feel so awkward.
There's a Patreon for the Legion. So we are proud members of the Legion Podcast Network. You can subscribe on any podcasting service you listen to, whether that be Spotify or Apple or whatnot. If you are so inclined and you would like to become a Patreon, we encourage you to. You can get lots of access to new shows and codes that they give away and other cool things. And because Scott needs a month off because he knows where everything's going to go and knows exactly how things are going to look, but we can't record for a month because he's so organized. Scott, what do you have to say to the good people of the Friday Nightmares community?
I quit! I quit! Is that what you wanted to hear? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
No, we gotta make it to episode 100.
Nope, we're done. Dunskies.
Then we gotta do something really unique and do our top 100 favorite horror movies because nobody's ever done that in the history of forever.
Pouring one out for our podcast, for our dead homie.
You know what we should also do? We should do a retrospective of Friday the 13th. And Nightmare on Elm Street. Also very unique. Even Mickey's like, Mama, no.
Kill me now.
What else could we do that's never been done before? Really, really unique. Should we review The Shining?
Yeah, 100%.
Have an in-depth conversation about The Shining?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then we'll watch Heredity and Midsommar back to back and do a commentary.
See, I'd be fine with that part.
It'd be a lot of sadness, wouldn't it?
It would be.
You could call that a lot of summertime sadness.
Huh? Yeah. Ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
I'm still laughing. So I guess that makes me God, right? And your fucking face. I wish I had recorded it for like when I was telling the sex story.
Oh, I'm like, what?
You're like, thumbs up. I wish I had done that. Oh my God, Scott, it was so funny. Your fucking reaction was the best.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Like, that's a compliment to you.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I'm
just
Erica,
amused that.
Do you hear this? Here I am trying to be kind. It's just because he's jealous because I'm going to AEW tomorrow, and he's not.
You don't even know who's wrestling. You're not even a fan.
Well, the cards only have been released. Of course I don't know.
You're like, yay, Roman Reigns.
I'm like, I can't wait for Trish Stratus to come out. Where's
Yay, Seth Rollins! Wait, that's not Seth Rollins. Who's Nick Jackson?
Who's Orange Cassidy? Why is he wearing a jean jacket?
Who is that lazy fruit?
Who is that? Who is that guy? Why is he so chill about everything? This is serious. Actually, you know who I'm very excited to see tomorrow night is Ethan Page, because Ethan Page is from Hamilton.
Oh yeah, like
So-
I'm curious though how they got to do something with him because
Well, the thing is, Canadians will cheer for a heel.
well,
They don't
I
care,
know
right?
that. No, I'm saying they got to do something with him, but he's in a storyline with Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Matt and Jeff Hardy are not going to be there because Jeff Hardy cannot cross the border because of his felonies from his DUIs.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, they got to have him out there though somehow.
Oh, well, today he's at a toy drive in downtown Hamilton.
Nice.
With Nyla Rose. And so he's actually, like, I followed him on Instagram. He's actually really sweet. You know, and it's always funny. It's always these guys that come across as the biggest pieces of shit that are always, like, super, super nice, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm sure he'll get a pop. And Christian will get a pop, too. Here's the thing, like, Canadians don't give a shit, right? Like, they'll give him a pop, and Jericho will get a pop, and...
Well, Christian might not be there because he was already there for Collision. And I don't know if you've seen it yet, but oh my God, he came out. The crowd was cheering him and just like,
oh yeah,
he was there. But then he came out and just insulted everybody, and all the cheers turned to boos.
Oh, he might come out then. He'll come out for Hamilton for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For sure.
Hamilton, not yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just down. It's 45 minutes away, right? They're all just.
I forgot that Toronto, like they had 2 shows in Toronto, and there's gonna be 2 shows in Hamilton. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, Rob, because you don't fucking understand geography.
Waterlog, Ontario, Rob.
Waterlog. Me with my thumbs up to everything Rob says now. That's what I'm gonna send. Well, we will be back in a month's time when Scotty is settled with his new living situation and traumatized the kids moving in. They got a lot of films that they got to watch. He has to make them sit through the entire Friday the 13th series.
And Solo.
Well, no, first you got to really like make them watch all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, even Freddy's Dead. You got to make sure they watch your favorite Jason in Space or Jason X.
Who are you trying to traumatize, them or me?
All right. Oh man, what else can you make them watch and that they could become real? All the Halloween movies, all the different pathways for the different Halloween. Right? And then be like, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted to them. They're like, not really. No, not what I wanted. You know what I'm still really upset about, and it's the last thing I want to end on. Why have we not got a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark sequel yet? Where is it, Scott?
Probably didn't do that great in theaters, so because the dumbasses decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna put this out in summer instead of Halloween.
Do you think that's what happened?
Could be.
Like, I'm gonna look it up, Ryan.
Like, it just annoys me that they released that in the summer instead of Halloween. It's like, seriously? Like, it was in August you released it. That should have been an October movie.
Like, it doesn't even have a year. It just says Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark 2, the sequel. Like, nothing.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be just like Trick or Treat 2. It's it may come out, it may not. We'll see.
Honestly, I find that the most disappointing. I fucking love that movie. Loved it.
Yeah, the movie's great.
Anyway, you know what? Hopefully, somehow, somewhere, things will happen and we'll get a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark too.
Yeah, you never know.
Right? You never know. You may move in and be settled by the end of July and we may be able to talk about movies again.
We will.
I may not have a cold anymore. You know.
No, that's with you forever.
No, just like herpes. So thanks everyone for joining. Please join Legion Patreon, like we said earlier, and listen to all of the awesome podcasts we always shout out on this show. We will be back hopefully within a month. If not, you'll see us in August, and hopefully we'll have some new movies by then.
One can only hope.
One can only hope. What other cocaine guinea pig?
We got Crackcoon and Meth Gator coming out at some point.
You know what? Those are quality films too. But anyway. Do you have anything else to say to the good people, Scotty?
Until next time, everybody, make sure you wear a parka when you pee. Unpleasant dreams.
See you later. Thumbs up.
Oh.
Oh my God, Scott, that was so funny.